Majlis. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Perdana Menteri Malaysia. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid bin Hamidi, Timbalan Perdana Menteri, my fellow cabinet ministers, my fellow cabinet colleagues, Yang Berhormat Liu Chintong, Deputy Minister of MITI, Excellencies, High Commissioners, ambassadors, and representatives from high commissions and embassies, and also all the senior civil servants who are here, and of course, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Isham Ishak, Secretary General of MITI, CEOs and heads of MITI agencies, and representatives from all the other ministries, CEOs and captains of industries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and salam Malaysia Madani. First and foremost, I would like to thank Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister for agreeing to launch the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, or in short, NIMP 2030. I would also like to welcome everyone here today to this momentous event as we unveil Malaysia's strategic industrial transformation for the next 7 years. The Industrial Master Plan, or often referred to as the IMP, is synonymous with MITI. Our latest edition, the NIMP 2030, marks the fourth in a series of IMPs that have been instrumental in shaping and transforming Malaysia's manufacturing sector throughout various stages of our economic journey. In 1986, we unveiled our very first IMP, laying the groundwork for Malaysia's industrial development with a specific focus on resource, non-resource, and heavy industries. This strategic move was complemented by the introduction of the Promotion Investment Act 1986, designed to offer incentives to industries. During this era, our export landscape was dominated by sectors such as E&E, chemical and petrochemical, all palm-based products, and textile as well as apparel. IMP2 further strengthened Malaysia's position in the region, helping us emerge as a manufacturing powerhouse. This was achieved by creating deeper industrial linkages, increasing value-added activities, and boosting productivity levels. Notably, the E&E remained at the forefront of our export contributions, with textile and apparel and wood-based products following suit. By 2006, the time was ripe for IMP3. Our ambition was to elevate Malaysia's competitive edge through innovation and the creation of more complex and sophisticated products. Today, I would like to share that the NIMP 2030 has taken a different approach to industrial development. This is due to a few factors. So firstly, we must acknowledge the numerous global and domestic challenges that continue to hinder growth, including the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises, or the SMEs. Secondly, various emerging global trends and geopolitical tensions have influenced both the global supply chain and trade environment. As such, our vision for NIMP 2030 is clear. We are aiming for a master plan that will shape a more robust and resilient manufacturing sector, one that will generate broad-based benefits for a diverse range of stakeholders within our nation. At the heart of our efforts are the SMEs. Our goal is to enhance their competitiveness, enabling them to seamlessly integrate into global supply chains. Equally important is the rakyat, whom we aim to provide with higher paying and better quality jobs. Through this industrial transformation, we are committed to rebuild our middle class, ensuring that the key stakeholders can also thrive in our prosperous future. So, ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia's manufacturing sector continues to be a cornerstone of our economy. For the second quarter of 2023, the manufacturing sector accounts for 23.6% of our national GDP, our economy's second largest contributor. It also contributes 80% to the nation's total export, while employing roughly 17% of Malaysia's total workforce. So in short, the manufacturing sector serves as a key engine of growth to drive the nation's next phase of economic expansion. The NIMP 2030 aims to expedite Malaysia's industrial transformation by enhancing the competitiveness of Malaysian companies and ensuring their greater integration with global value chains. The master plan is also a testament to our commitment to the Madani economic vision. So we are aiming for equitable, sustainable, and inclusive growth, particularly for our rakyat and SMEs. In the formulation of the NIMP, I'm pleased to share that we have meticulously ensured its alignment with 32 existing policies and roadmaps. This harmonization underscores our and feedback of key stakeholders. While the NIMP action plan looks as though it's modest in number, they are crafted to be more targeted for greater impact. Our emphasis is on effective execution, supported by clear enablers. We are committed to transparency, and key milestones will be closely tracked and periodically shared with the public. So our deepest appreciation goes to all those who have contributed to the development, of this master plan. So your valuable insights and dedications have laid the foundation for the realization of the economy Madani vision, anchored on principles of sustainable and inclusive growth. So ladies and gentlemen, the NIMP 2030 is an ambitious plan. However, MITI is confident that its targets are achievable. We are also banking on the support of all stakeholders, including my cabinet colleagues, the agencies, the state governments, and industry players. In realizing the NIMP 2030 objective, we can emerge as a resilient nation that embodies prosperity, inclusivity, and sustainability while elevating the dignity of Malaysians as envisioned by the economy Madani framework. As Joseph Stiglitz once said, development is about transforming the lives of people, not just transforming economies. This is our great opportunity to transform our industry for the country's next economic takeoff. This is our chance to prove to the world that together we can execute this vision so we can continue to position Malaysia as pro-business, pro-investment, and as investors' viable gateway to ASEAN and even Asia. With that, I would now like to invite our esteemed Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, to deliver his amanat for Malaysia's next industrial transformation and to launch the NIMP 2030. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil karim. Saudara Tugu Zafrul, Menteri dan pasukan yang mempersiapkan rencana industri yang bermakna bagi Malaysia. Saya memang memulakan dengan beliau dan timbalannya Jintong dan juga KSU-nya Hisham, kerana saya ikuti perkembangan dari awal, mendengar taklimat mereka dan harus memulakan dengan menyatakan penghargaan kerana kita sedia dengan satu plan yang menunjukkan ada keupayaan, kemahiran, melakukan anjakan dalam perancangan untuk Malaysia akan datang. Jadi sekali lagi terima kasih. Saudara Timbalan Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Zahid dan rakan-rakan Menteri Suruhanjaya Tinggi dan tetamu yang saya muliakan. Seperti mana saya sentuh dan singgung, dengan ekonomi madani kita bertekad untuk memacu pertumbuhan. Dan keduanya, memastikan bahawa ada anjakan dari segi pendekatan. Dan pada hari ini, dengan semangat Hari Merdeka semalam yang luar biasa, sambutan dan minat rakyat untuk melihat Malaysia yang lebih maju, yang lebih berketerampilan dan lebih hebat. Pada hari ini saya mendapat kesempatan untuk bersama-sama untuk meluncurkan satu perancangan pembangunan industri yang baru bagi Malaysia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the new Industrial Master Plan 2030 or NIMP 2030 is a key component of ekonomi madani as it will support the realization of economic reforms. It will revitalize the manufacturing sector to ensure Malaysia remains resilient amidst growing challenges and mega trends. The NIMP is designed to drive Malaysia's trajectory as a global leader in industrial development, extend the domestic linkages to create wealth across the nation, as well as strengthen its position in the global value chain. The plan is timely to expedite the transformation of industries in Malaysia, aligning them with the country's vision. The manufacturing sector stands as a pivotal force to propel Malaysia's economic growth and development, being a significant contributor to the nation's GDP, providing employment for 2.7 million individuals. We must therefore seize the opportunity to expand our base, as Malaysia is now well positioned to capitalize on three global trends. Firstly, the global geopolitical situation has driven companies to turn to Southeast Asia as the +1 destination to ensure economic security and supply chain resilience. This unlocks opportunities for Malaysia to further integrate into the global value chain. We can leverage on our mature industrial infrastructure with good connectivity, strategic location, and reputation as one of the top destinations for innovation and doing business. Secondly, we need to accelerate our digitalization efforts to stay ahead in the post-pandemic era, as well as step up efforts to develop high-skilled talent and enhance TVET programs. These initiatives will empower the Malaysian workforce to enhance efficiency and accelerate innovative capability, thereby creating a larger pool of skilled human capital for the nation. And thirdly, in facing the challenges of climate change, we need to adopt sustainable practices, especially the ESG-sensitive markets, to create new growth opportunities in green manufacturing, electric vehicles, and carbon capture, utilization, and storage, CCUS. Ladies and gentlemen, unlike the previous industrial transformations and 3 industrial master plans since 1986, as alluded to by Tunku Zafro, the NIMP 2030 adopts a mission-based approach, a departure from the sectoral approach in the past. It is a horizontal policy with well-defined missions that will galvanize not only the entire manufacturing ecosystem, but also the whole of nation to drive industrial transformation and realize our vision. With a short window of 7 years, the NIMP 2030 must take a transformative and expeditious approach to achieve the goals. Based on rigorous assessment and extensive consultations, 4 missions have been formulated to drive industry transformation at a large scale. Mission 1 is to advance economic complexity, where industries will be encouraged to innovate and produce more sophisticated products. This will enhance the competitiveness of our nation in the global market. Mission 2 is to take up for a digitally vibrant nation. By embracing technology and digital transformation, we can drive innovation, enhance productivity, and create new opportunities for economic growth. Mission 3 is to push for net zero. This mission emphasizes our commitment to address climate change by striving for a net zero future. Through sustainable practices and green initiatives, we aim to reduce carbon emissions and build a resilient and environmentally friendly economy. This mission is aligned with the initiatives under the National Energy Transition Roadmap, NETR, which I recently launched. Mission 4 is to safeguard economic security and inclusivity. This mission aims to create an enabling environment that ensures supply chain security, supports SMEs, and promotes equitable participation in economic activities in all states. These missions will be supported by 4 key enablers to overcome systemic and institutional challenges. These enablers include addressing financing challenges, nurturing talent development and acquisition, improving the investor journey, and enhancing governance mechanisms. To provide the impetus for immediate rollout of NIMP implementation, several mission-based projects, MBPs, have been identified. These ground-running projects are expected to accelerate the development of an inclusive ecosystem that integrates SMEs into value chain and rally the entire industry. The NIMP will see more MBPs in the near future as we expect the industry to embrace this new approach and realize the benefits it brings to the company and the spillovers it creates to the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, to establish greater economic integration with our neighboring countries, the NIMP 2030 plans to establish stronger cooperation and collaboration with our neighbors for a more resilient supply chain, with the pursuit of vertical integration of selected industries across the ASEAN countries. It bears stressing the importance of FDIs as they indirectly increase the DDIs, the domestic direct investments. As multinational companies based in Malaysia will source products and services from local companies. Strategic DDIs also have potential to attract more FDIs as investors consider DDIs as a benchmark for domestic investors' confidence and commitment towards strengthening the nation's investment and business landscape. Recognizing the importance of ESG considerations and its role in reforming the economic landscape, the NIMP has dedicated the entire chapter, Push for Net Zero, as part of its missions. This aims to decarbonize Malaysia's industries to achieve net zero emission goals through proactive measures such as implementation of energy efficiency and waste management initiatives, rapid renewable energy and technology adoption, supported by a robust regulatory framework. Now, to ensure inclusivity, the NIMP 2030 will also create opportunities for Malaysian SMEs to grow in manufacturing. Our SMEs in the manufacturing sector currently contribute only 8% of GDP and 9% to exports. There's a lot of potential to grow our SMEs in manufacturing in line with our economy Madani aspiration to strengthen firms of all sizes. the NIMP 2030 has, for example, specific action plans to build SMEs' capacities to enable them to be positioned higher in the global value chain. This, in turn, will help them scale up into mid-tier companies that could help Malaysia earn more foreign exchange earnings. Further, I understand that MITI also has a framework that will be launched in a few weeks' time to build SMEs' ESG capacity. This is important to ensure SMEs' continued participation in ESG-compliant MNC vendor ecosystems and continued access to ESG-sensitive export markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ekonomi Madani and NIMP 2030 are both aligned in their focus to improve the lives of the rakyat with the expected higher returns from the country's economic targets. This includes employment with meaningful wages and wealth sharing to build a more equitable and prosperous society. This creation of high-value job opportunities is crucial to uplift and expand middle-class society. Global megatrends, such as the rising role of Industry 4.0 technologies, climate change, and sustainable practices, demographic shifts, and globalization of value chains are changing the nature of jobs. Skills transformation is key to develop future competencies, and this has been set as a focus of our industrial strategy. To meet industry's demands, we will implement a progressive wage system that promotes skill development and career advancement. Public-private collaborations will be enhanced in TVET and STEM programs, ensuring the acquisition of skills required by the industry. The government is confident that the strategies in the NIMP 2030 will yield meaningful outcomes and produce big impact to the national economy. Specifically, the NIMP 2030 aims to increase the manufacturing's value added to 587.5 billion ringgit by 2030, growing by 6.5% from what it is today. This indicates an increase of 61% derived from NIMP 2030 interventions for high-impact sectors, E&E, chemical, EV, aerospace, pharmaceutical, and advanced materials such as minerals and metal. In terms of employment, as projected, growth at 2.3% from 2023 is expected, providing livelihood for 3.3 million persons by 2030. The industry's growing employment trajectory is due to the creation of high-skilled jobs as the country advances towards high-value-added activities and improvement in automation and technological advancements. What is most important is the projection that through NIMP's interventions, the median salary for the manufacturing sector is expected to grow by 9.6% to reach 4,510 ringgit from 1,976 ringgit, which is below the national average, despite the sector's dominant role in the national GDP. This 128% increase from 2021 is driven by the shift of the industry towards high value-added activities and high-skilled job opportunities created. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to transform the industry requires swift action by all. Implementation is crucial to convert the NIAP 2030 into tangible actions and measurable outcomes. Hence, the NIMP will be implemented through a whole-of-nation approach that not only involves the government machinery, but also the private sector by working collaboratively to achieve the vision and goals. We will form a dedicated National NIMP 2030 Council with the participation of relevant ministries and industry representatives. Public-private governance will be established to ensure timely and effective implementation. A delivery management unit, the MU, under the MITI, will be set up to coordinate all efforts and drive cohesive implementation across stakeholders. The government is fully committed to support the implementation of NIMP 2030. It will require an estimated total investment of 95 billion ringgit through its 7 years, predominantly from the private sector, mobilized from private equity, capital and financial markets. Close to 10% be allocated by the government to help catalyze and incentivize these investments via the NIMP Industrial Development Fund and the NIMP Strategic Co-Investment Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we celebrated Hari Kebangsaan with the theme Malaysia Madani, Tekad Perpaduan, Penuhi Harapan. I strongly believe that there is hope for a better, more dignified Malaysia. I'm also confident, inshallah, that the NIMP 2030 will help us fulfill that hope by providing the necessary guidance and clear direction for the development of the manufacturing sector to strengthen its position as a key driver to national economic growth and prosperity. The government will ensure that the plan is carried out diligently, and benefit not only the private sector through better investment and trade prospects, but also the people through high skill and high income job opportunities. I need to stress that the vision of NIMP 2030 can only be successfully realized if we work together in unity towards achieving the missions. It is only with the commitment for unity that we can fulfill our hopes for the country. With that, dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya dengan segala sukacitanya meluncurkan New Industrial Master Plan 2030. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat Dato' Sri. Kindly remain standing for the moment that we've been waiting for. I kindly invite Yang Berhormat Prime Minister, accompanied by Yang Berhormat Deputy Prime Minister, Yang Berhormat MITI Minister, to officially launch the New Industrial Master Plan 2030. If I could kindly request Yang Berhormat Prime Minister to place his palm on the launching cube on my count. In 3, 2, 1.
Secretary General to accompany the Prime Minister, Meeting Minister and Deputy Prime Minister on the stage to receive the new Industrial Master Plan 2030. I would also like to invite all the cabinet ministers present today to join on stage for a photography session. Team leaders, please remain on stage for the presentation of acknowledgement certificate to the mission-based projects or MBP champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed with the acknowledgement certificate to the mission-based projects or MBP champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the mission-based projects or MBPs are catalytic projects that have been identified to catapult the NIMP 2030 implementation. MBPs encompass a wide range of areas that are critical to achieve industrial development objectives. I now invite Yang Berhormat Meeting Minister to present the certificate of acknowledgement to the MBP champions, witnessed by Yang Berhormat Prime Minister, Yang Berhormat Deputy Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister, and Yang Berbahagia Secretary General.
For MBP 1.1, creating global IC design champions in electric vehicles, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence, I would like to call upon representatives from Infinix Systems, Sundrian Berhad. Next, please welcome representative from Opsta Berhad. Please welcome Sky Chief Sundrian Berhad.
Now, for MBP 1.2, attract a new advanced wafer fabrication in Malaysia. Please welcome Infineon Kulim Sundrian Berhad to receive the certificate of acknowledgement.
For MBP 1.4, grooming champions in 4 game-changing advanced materials, I would like to call upon representatives from Nitem Technology Sdn Bhd. Next, please welcome Perindustrian Sdn Bhd. Technologies Sdn Bhd.
Now moving on to MVP 2.1 under Mission 2, transform 3,000 smart factories. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers.
For Mission 3, we have identified 3 mission-based projects. For mission-based project 3.1, please welcome representative from BASF Petronas Chemicals Sdn Bhd.
Next is MVP 3.2, which is to launch a locally manufactured electric vehicle. I would like to invite the representative from Row 2 to come to the stage to receive the certificate.
The final MVP 3.3 is to deploy large carbon scale capture, utilization and storage. The champion for this MVP is none other than Petronas.
Now we would like to invite all MVP champions to have a group photo session with our esteemed ministers. A big thank you to all MVP champions for agreeing to be part of the immediate rolled out of the NRMP 2030. We hope this will provide the signal that NIP 2030 is not just a policy document, but also having already ongoing projects to bring the mission to life. Thank you, dear esteemed ministers, for presenting the certificate of acknowledgement.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end of our launch. On behalf of Menteri, I would like to thank you for taking your time to join us today. And I would like to invite Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Deputy Prime Minister, and Yang Berhormat Menteri Minister for some light refreshment in the seminar room.
Now, distinguished guests,